Muawiyah reported, Allah's Apostle ﷺ said, if Allah wants to do good to a person, He makes him comprehend the religion. Solar Eclipse and Lunar Eclipse Prayers, Kusoof al-Shams and Khusoof al-Qamar. Their provision, they are an emphasized sunnah. They can be performed in a group or individually at home. The number of their prayer units, rak'at, they are of 2 prayer units without adhan or iqamah. The caller to them says, the prayer will be held in a group. May Allah reward you. Then he delivers 2 speeches in which he talks about returning to Allah and giving up sins. How to perform them. First rak'ah. Takbirat al-Ihram, saying Allahu Akbar, reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, then a long chapter, Surah of the Holy Quran, bowing down in a long ruku' in which you may glorify Allah for the length of about 100 verses, rising from ruku' and saying, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd, reciting Al-Fatiha again and another surah shorter than the first, performing a second ruku' shorter than the first, rising from ruku' and saying, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd, performing 2 long prostrations, sujood. Second rak'ah. Standing for the second rak'ah and performing everything just as it was done in the first one, but everything should be shorter than in the first, including the recitation and the bowing. After the 2 prostrations, recite at-tashahhud and then conclude the prayer with taslim. The leader, al-imam, recites quietly in solar eclipse prayer, Salat al-Kusoof, and loudly in lunar eclipse prayer, Salat al-Khusoof. If you missed this prayer, you would not make up for it. Solar eclipse prayer is missed when darkness is over or when sunset begins. Lunar eclipse prayer is missed when darkness is over and the moon appears again, i.e., not waiting till emergence of dawn. If solar eclipse prayer comes with Friday prayer, Salat al-Jumu'ah, Friday prayer's speech substitutes for eclipse prayer's speech. When solar eclipse prayer comes with funeral prayer is performed first. If solar eclipse prayer comes with festival Eid prayer and its speech are performed first, then solar eclipse prayer and its speech. Abdullah ibn Abbas reported, the sun eclipsed in the lifetime of the Prophet ﷺ. He offered the eclipse prayer and stood for a long period, equal to the period in which one could recite Surah Al-Baqarah. Then he bowed for a long time and then stood up for a long period, which was shorter than that of the first standing, then bowed again for a long time, but for a shorter period than the first. Then he prostrated twice and then stood up for a long period, which was shorter than that of the first standing. Then he bowed for a long time, which was shorter than the previous one, and then he raised his head and stood up for a long period, which was shorter than the first standing. Then he bowed for a long time, which was shorter than the first bow, and then prostrated twice and finished the prayer. By then, the sun eclipse had cleared. The Prophet then said, the sun and the moon are 2 of the signs of Allah. They eclipse neither because of the death of somebody, nor because of his life. So when you see them, remember Allah. People said, O Allah's Messenger, we saw you taking something from your place, and then we saw you retreating." The Prophet replied, "I saw paradise and stretched my hands towards a bunch of its fruits. Had I taken it, you would have eaten from it as long as the world remains. I also saw the hellfire, and I had never seen such a horrible sight. I saw that most of the inhabitants were women." People asked, "O Allah's Messenger, why is it so?" The Prophet replied, "Because of their ungratefulness." It was asked whether they are ungrateful to Allah. The Prophet said, "They are ungrateful to their companions of life, husbands, and ungrateful to good deeds. If you are benevolent to one of them throughout the life, and if she sees anything undesirable in you, she will say, 'I have never had any good from you.'" Note that Ibrahim, the son of the Prophet, died on that day of eclipse, and people were talking about that, saying that the eclipse was caused by his death. In the narration of Aisha, the Prophet said in his speech, "O followers of Muhammad, by Allah, there is no one more jealous than Allah when his male or female servant commits adultery. O followers of Muhammad, by Allah, if you know what I know, you would laugh little and weep much." And in the narration of Asma, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Just now at this place, I have seen what I have never seen before, including paradise and hell. No doubt it has been inspired to me that you will be put to trials in your graves, and these trials will be like the trials of the false Christ. You will be asked, 'What do you know about this man, the Prophet Muhammad?' Then the faithful believer will reply, 'He is Muhammad, Allah's apostle, who had come to us with clear evidences and guidance, and so we accepted, followed, and trusted his teachings.' Then the angels will say to him, 'Sleep in peace, as we have come to know that you were a faithful believer.' On the other hand, a hypocrite or a doubtful person will reply, 'I do not know, but I heard the people saying something, and so I said it.'" If you liked this video, please press like, share with others, subscribe to get more videos, and as usual, thanks for watching.